also with me on the BAFTA Games red carpet are the team from the magical Outer Wilds. Thanks so much for joining us here today, guys.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, I've got quite a lot of you here. I think you're our biggest group interviewees on the BAFTA red carpet this year. So I'm going to get you all to introduce yourselves and say what you do on the team.
So I'm Logan Verhoof. I'm tech artist and general programmer on Outer Wilds at Mobius Digital.
I am Ian Jacobson. I am the concept artist at Mobius Digital.
My name is Andrew Prallo. I did the music for Outer Wilds.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Beecham, and I did the writing.
Fantastic. Well, like I said, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's safe to say this has been, Outer Wilds has been an absolute smash hit success. I think it's an incredibly captivating title. I think, I haven't really seen anything like it before, and it's not just me who it's blown away. So thank you so much for joining us, and I'm very excited to delve into the world. So first up, I think I'm going to be talking to you, Kelsey, because what I'm really interested in is the lore in this game, because I love a game where it feels as if the world expands out, beyond the game itself. And that's something that I truly got a sense of from Outer Wilds. And yet you're only seeing little bits of it at a time. It's not, that kind of traditional linear narrative for the most part. So what's it like writing when you've got no idea when people are going to see what you've written?
Writing for such an aggressively non-linear game was definitely a very exciting creative challenge. What definitely helps for us is the world building and the lore is all very internally consistent. And it even if we don't necessarily say how something works, a particular technology in the game, we still know. It's just not necessarily making it in there. And so the world all kind of clicks together and makes logical sense as a result. So that's a huge one for us.
Oh, I love that. So it sounds like there's still secrets for me that I'm yet to discover. It's very exciting.
No.
Well, speaking of secrets, I'm going to drop a big spoiler now. So if you haven't played the game, it's time for you to leave. I'm going to talk time loops. Now, obviously, this is a game where you play for 22 minutes and then it's the end of the world and then you come back again. And so for me, as somebody who doesn't design games, that feels terrifying. It feels as if you could really annoy your players. It feels as if, they could get lost in a world and never quite learn enough to progress. So did it feel like a risk when you came up with that?
It's definitely a risky setup in some regards, but one thing we do have going for us is with this time loop, death is not a fail state. We're not going to send you back 3 levels and make you play through it all again and regain the progress that you lost. There's not really anything you're losing from loop to loop because it's all about gaining information and learning about the world. So death happens in it, but it's not stopping you. It's not really slowing you down per se.
Well, it's safe to say you did squeak in. It's been, a pretty incredible reaction to the game. Not only BAFTA nominated, but I think it's safe to say everybody I have spoken to who's played it has, lauded it as one of their favourite games of all time. That's not an exaggeration. That's genuinely what it feels like. So,
yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't think anybody's prepared, emotionally for people telling them that what they made is their favorite thing in the world. It's so beyond what we expected when we released it. It's incredible, so many people never get something like this, and so to get this is it's a relief to not have to spend so many more years chasing this. Now I can go make absolute garbage knowing I made Outer Wilds.
Yeah, the online community has just been outstanding with all the fan art and fan music and fan everything. It's been escalating, and the game came out in June and now it's March and there's still more and more people after the release getting just so excited about it and maybe discovering it for the first time even this month, last month. It's just absolutely a dream come true.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I like that. Short and sweet.
You go for it, Kelsey.
It was this massive passion project. So to get the response that it has is just, I don't know, I'm sorry. It's just unbelievably cool that people have responded like this.
Oh, that's so lovely to hear. I mean, one of the things that people begged me to ask about is the music. The soundtrack is absolutely stunning. It's just, you know, utterly beautiful and otherworldly, and yet, you know, familiar and nostalgic. So what were some of the influences that went into creating that?
It felt nostalgic to me too in a lot of ways, because I was able to draw from my past growing up in like the Midwest United States, listening to a lot of these emotive indie rock bands playing in these small venues and just writing music with their friends about human relationships, just everyday life. And with the Hearthians, there's the travelers all on their own planets, and they each have their own instrument. And in the time loop, they're technically playing this tune until the end of time.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Obviously, Outer Wilds has just been, you know, the talk of the town for the last year. So we were really glad to be able to get you guys on a red carpet, virtual or no. So I am sending you guys loads of good luck for this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.